delicious sausage rolls. So we're gonna start off with 1 pound of breakfast sausage. Put it into a medium-sized bowl. All right, I'm using the Jimmy Dean. And get all that goodness out of there. Oh, this breakfast sausage always smells so good. I'm gonna kind of break this up, be easier to mix all together. Okay, we're gonna crack in 1 egg. We're gonna stretch out this sausage mixture. We gotta bind it. That's what the egg is for. Ooh. We're gonna add in 1 cup of breadcrumbs. Now make sure they're the original. You don't want them seasoned like an Italian seasoning or anything like that. All right, we'll put that in. 2 tablespoons of parsley. This is just dried parsley flakes. Add a nice color to the dish. All right, let's put one over here. Onion powder. We're gonna put in 1 teaspoon. Let's get down there. Garlic powder. 1 teaspoon. Thyme. 1 teaspoon. Now what I like to do, set that down. Just kind of crush it up in your hand. Releases the flavor. Pinch of black pepper. We're gonna go in with 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Let's mix that together. We're gonna combine it well. As soon as I get this all mixed up, I'm gonna bring you back and we'll start the second step. It's all mixed up. I just kind of flatten it down in the bowl because we're going to cut this into pieces equally once we get our pastry rolled out. I'm using puff pastry. There's 2 sheets that come into a box. You want to make sure you thaw this out before you use it. Sometimes it'll take about 40 minutes or so on your countertop. I'm using a piece of parchment paper. I just put it on a silicone mat. Open it up. Take one out. You're going to lay it on the parchment. Unfold it. Take out the paper. Unfold it. Take my rolling pin. We're just going to roll it out just a little bit, thin it out. Now I'm keeping an eye on those 3 lines that we had the folds on because that's where we're going to cut. I'm going to follow the fold line down. Now you don't want to cut through the parchment. There we go. Spread these out. We're going to divide the sausage mixture 6 ways. 1, 2. I'm going to go all the way down. I'm going to go get some gloves on. We're going to take 1 of the 6 there. What you want to do is just kind of form it into a log shape. Roll it. Squeeze it till we get a nice long shape. Want it kind of even. We're going to place it down and then just work with it till you get an even long log shape here. So once I get done with this one, I'll prepare the other 3. This up to the top. Then we're going to bring this one up to the top, stretch it just a little bit, pinch it down. We're going to close it in at the end, close it in at the end here. All right, let me do the other 2. Bring a fork to the mix and do that. Okay, I'm going to cut off the ends here. This is just dough. And then we're going to cut these into 2-inch pieces. Now you can make these bigger if you want. There we go. You're going to take your knife. We're going to pierce the top of the dough 2 times. All right, we're going to lay them on a sheet pan lined with some parchment paper. Give them some space, about 2 inches apart. These are going to be so fun to eat. They look pretty. Perfect for your New Year's Eve party. Okay, I have a small bowl with 1 tablespoon of water. I'm going to crack an egg into it. Take your fork, beat that together until it's nice and frothy. We're going to take a pastry brush and we're going to coat the tops. I'm going to place this in the oven. It's been preheating at 425 degrees. We're going to bake these for about 20 minutes until they get nice and puffy and golden brown. While that's happening, I'm going to make the second batch and then I'm going to bring you back and show you how I'm going to serve these up. Just pulled these out of the oven. Don't they look delicious? Look how golden brown all the way around. All right, serve them up on a platter. In the center, put you a little bowl and then fill with your favorite dipping sauce. I'm using a honey mustard. You can use ranch, buffalo sauce, whatever you like. Pigs in a blanket. Now, if you're using just a plain work surface, you can sprinkle a little bit of flour on it. We're gonna open up our can of crescent roll dough. This is an 8 count and it's the original. Place it on our work surface, roll it out. Now I'm gonna separate them into the 8 triangles. We're going to give these a little zing. You can use yellow mustard or you can use a stone ground Dijon mustard, which we're going to use. A couple of tablespoons, taking a pastry brush. We're going to dab it in there and then we're going to coat the whole crescent very lightly. You don't want to get it soggy. All right, we're on the last one. Each one is going to make 3. Start on the big end of our long triangle. Start right here and we're going to go down to the end and then right here, and we'll do that on all of them. We're going to be using the beef little smokies. They look like that. You know, it smells like the holidays. Take one of the smokies. We're going to place it on one of the strips, the larger edge there, and we're going to roll this all the way to the tip. Now we're going to put this on a sheet pan, seam side down. Now I've lined a large sheet pan with some parchment paper and I'm going to place a bowl upside down. This is about a 4-inch bowl. I'll put it right in the center just to kind of give us a reference. We're going to be making a wreath out of this. We're going to place our pig in a blanket about 1 inch around the bowl to make a circle. Okay, and just keep making your circle. Remove the bowl. We're going to use that later. Now I've got 1 tablespoon of water in a very small dish. I'm going to crack an egg into it. We're going to take a fork. We're going to beat this together until it's frothy. We're going to take a pastry brush. We're going to brush the egg wash onto the crescents. Sprinkle some seeds on here. You can use poppy seeds or sesame seeds. We like the everything bagel seasoning, so we're going to sprinkle that on. You just want to cover each one. We'll give it a nice flavor. Don't those look cool? I've got my oven preheating at 350 degrees. We're going to bake it for about 12 to 15 minutes until the crescents are nice and puffy and golden brown in color. Don't forget, we've got that dipping sauce. In a small bowl, we're going to measure out ½ cup of mayonnaise. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of sour cream. There we go. I think one more. 3 tablespoons of sour cream. 2 tablespoons of stone ground mustard. 1, 2. Whisk this together. I've changed to a red dish. It'll really bring out that sauce. There we go. Okay, these just came out of the oven. Now what we did was we took the parchment paper and just moved the whole thing onto a serving platter, and we're going to place our dip right in the center, and then we're going to take some fresh herbs. Now you can use rosemary or you can use some thyme and place it around just like that. I've got some cherry tomatoes. I'm going to cut these in half and then just kind of put them on the outside. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. We are taking deviled eggs to another level. Loaded deviled eggs. These are like ingredients that you love on top of a baked potato. We're going to put right into our eggs. First thing we got to do is start with the eggs. We're going to cook these perfectly. We're going to start in a large skillet and we're going to put our eggs in. So I have 7 in here. These will make 14 eggs. I don't know if that's going to be enough. 8, 9, and 10. We'll do 20. Fill this with water to about 1 inch above the eggs. Now you always want to make sure that you start off with cold water. Now I'm going to be adding in some baking soda into my eggs and water, and that will help them peel at the end. So I'm going to just shake in about 2 teaspoons. Put this on a high heat, and then you want to bring this to a boil. Once the water comes to a rolling boil, we're going to turn off the heat, place the lid on. We're gonna let this sit for 10 minutes. I'm getting ready to pull my eggs out. Now I'm gonna put them into a large bowl of cold water. I'm gonna add some ice to keep it nice and cold. That way it'll stop the cooking process of our eggs. I'm just gonna use my spider tool and place my eggs into the cold water. We're gonna let them sit in there for a few minutes so it cools off. That way we can handle the eggs. Now that we've got our eggs peeled, we're gonna take them and we're gonna cut them lengthwise in half. Pop the yolks out into a bowl. We're gonna set these aside so we can work on the yolk mixture. I'm gonna take my egg yolks, I'm gonna break them up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna keep that in the bowl because I'm gonna add in a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. We're gonna go in with 1 teaspoon yellow mustard, sweet relish, 1 teaspoon, 2 tablespoons of sour cream, and 2. Some black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon. We're gonna go mild with the salt, go in with 1/8 teaspoon, 2 tablespoons of shredded cheddar cheese. We use a sharp and blend this all together. Oh yeah, that looks good in there. I'm telling you what, you cannot mess up a deviled egg. We're gonna bring over our egg whites and start stuffing them. Let's load our deviled eggs up. Bacon pieces, we're gonna sprinkle these right on top of the eggs. Let's add some shredded cheese. We got some green onions. I'm just gonna use my herb chopper here. What do y'all think? My loaded deviled eggs. What is the perfect appetizer?
Crab stuffed mushroom.
We're gonna show you everything you're gonna need to make these. This is my husband, Thomas.
Hey.
I'm not a big mushroom fan, neither am I a crab fan, but I will make foods that I don't like for my family. Thomas is cleaning off 16 ounces of whole mushrooms. While he's doing that, I'm gonna take an onion and I'm just gonna really cut this very small, and we're just gonna use like half of it. I'm gonna take my knife, I'm just gonna run through the lines of the onion, really thin. I'm gonna run my knife through that as we turn the onion. Okay, the mushrooms are all clean. Take the stems out of the mushrooms, twist it and pop it out. Now we're gonna chop up a few of these into the onions here. That way it'll bulk up our filling. We're gonna get our skillet ready. Thomas is gonna add about 1 tablespoon of cooking oil, which we're using an avocado oil. Place it on a medium heat, and then once that gets hot, we're gonna start adding in our onion and our chopped up mushroom stems. We're gonna add 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Stir that around for about 30 seconds. We're gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper. Stir that up for about another 30 seconds, and then we'll turn that off. We're gonna add 4 ounces of cream cheese. We're gonna soften that down and get it all mixed in. Once we get this all combined, we're going to place this into a bowl. Okay, we're gonna open up our crab meat and we're just gonna place it on a plate, dig through and see if we can find any shells that may be left in here. We're only gonna need 4 ounces. Add the crab to our mixture. And while he's doing that, I'm just gonna chop up about 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. That's gonna add a nice pop of color. I've got 1 egg here. We're gonna whisk it up. All right, make sure you whisk that good. Gonna pour that in. We're gonna add in 1/2 cup shredded Parmesan cheese. And then we're gonna add in 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs, 1 tablespoon of dried chives. Now we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna spray a 9x13 baking dish with some nonstick cooking spray. We're gonna place our mushrooms into the baking dish, and you want them stem up.
Also mine.
That way we can fill them. I guess I'll make Thomas slather the butter.
Oh darn.
I melted 1/2 stick of butter, all in it, around it, on the sides of it. That's another layer of flavor. Look at that little one. Okay, we're gonna take the crab mixture and a spoon and we're going to stuff the mushrooms. And you wanna go all the way down inside of it and then kind of mound the filling over the mushroom. Take some Parmesan cheese that's been shredded, and we're just going to place some right on top of the mixture. Y'all, it's the holidays. Flavor these up. Place these in the oven that we preheated at 375 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes till the top is nice and golden brown. What do y'all think of our crab stuffed mushrooms? We've just pulled these out of the oven. I put a little sprinkling of parsley on top. Thomas is going to give them a try for you. All right, let us know what you think.
Oh, good.
Good? All right, were the mushrooms juicy,
Oh, yeah.
flavorful?
Buttery.
What about that filling?
Good.
Good?
Really good.
All right, you guys, you heard it from Thomas. The perfect appetizer. Give us a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below your favorite appetizer for the holidays. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below, and don't forget that bell notification. All of you guys, that notifies you when I put a recipe out. We'll see y'all on the next episode.
Bye.